What's up, guys? Welcome to day 6 of your 14-day challenge. Today's practice will focus on longer hold, strong postures. You can really take your time through this practice, and it gives you the opportunity to dig deeper into your experience of the postures and of your practice as a whole. Let's get started. Begin in a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes. Let your spine become tall, and you'll start to feel more space open up for your breath. Into that space, take a deep inhale all the way down to your lower belly, and a deep exhale out. Take another breath like that, deep inhale, and exhale. As you maintain that tall spine, take several breaths at your own pace, allowing yourself to sit briefly in a seated meditation. Open your eyes and stretch your arms all the way up overhead. From here, twist to the right. Left hand goes across onto your right knee. Place your right hand behind you and rotate gently. Keep your spine tall, and you're still taking those full breaths. Come back through center, reach up, and go to the other side. Come back through center and move onto hands and knees from here. On hands and knees, go into cat and cow, alternating between flexion, where you're curving and rounding out your back and stretching into your back muscles, and then extension, where you're arching your back, lifting your chest, stretching more of the front side muscles. Do a few rounds of cat and cow, linking your breath along with the movement. And then move into downward dog. In downward dog, lengthen your back, lifting up through your tailbone. Press into your palms, strengthening your arms. And just very gently press downward with your heels. We'll spend some time in this first downward dog, so feel free to add some movement. Maybe you're walking out your heels, bending your knees, or anything else that feels good. From downward dog, take small steps to the top of your mat, walking your feet forward. Arrive in a forward fold. Relax your neck and shoulders. You can hang your arms down or hold on to your elbows. And releasing your arms, slowly bring your spine all the way up. As you rise up to Tadasana, ground into your feet, your legs, tone your abdomen in, take your shoulders back, and stand tall. Once you find really good posture and you feel tall, hold your Tadasana. Take slow, deep breaths. From Tadasana, place your hands onto your hips and leave your right foot at the top of your mat. Step your left foot back into Warrior One. Angle your left foot slightly outward and adjust your feet so that you can ground down through both legs really strong. Tone in your core and send your arms up. We're going to stay and hold the pose. Take some time first to get into it, to align your body, to start to work your strength, and then focus on adding in your breath, keeping that nice steady flow of your inhale and exhale. Two more breaths. From Warrior One, let your hands come down and you might bring blocks underneath your hands. Step your back foot a little bit closer and turn your left toes more forward facing. Your legs will form a triangle or pyramid shape, and you can gently straighten out your front leg just to a comfortable amount. As we hold the pose, press into your feet, keep your legs strong, and just very gently bow into the stretch. As you lift and lengthen, bend into your front knee and roll up onto the ball of your back foot. Bring your hands out a bit further. You might be using blocks here, and shift your weight into your front leg. Lift your left leg up until it's parallel with the ground and walk up onto your fingertips so your torso comes up higher. Hold here or play around with lifting so your fingertips hover. And then you can choose to bring your palms together or bring your hands onto hips. Level your hips and your pelvis. Engage both legs nice and strong. And keep your breath going. We're going to stand all the way back up to Tadasana. Release your left foot. And just take a few breaths here. Keep your left foot at the top. Step your right leg back. Find warrior one, adjusting your feet and your stance until you feel grounded and strong. Take your arms up. Tone your lower core muscles in and press really strong from your leg muscles, especially using these right glutes and hamstrings to press down into the floor. Remember that you've got some time here, so if the alignment doesn't quite feel right, just adjust it. Find somewhere that makes the posture feel really grounded, stable, but also gives you some space to really dig into your practice of breathing. Exhale to lower your hands down, maybe adding in your blocks. Step your back foot a little bit closer. Turn your right toes more forward and press through both legs as you start to straighten your front knee. Keep your legs strong. You should feel like you're continuously pressing down into the floor, and then just gradually bow into the stretch as you linger in this pose. And lengthen. Bend your front knee and roll up onto your back toes. And as you move your hands or blocks forward, shift your weight forward into your left leg. Bring your right leg up to parallel and walk up onto your fingertips. Engage strong through both of your legs, and remember that you can stay on your fingertips or play around with lifting. Your hands can join, or you can place your hands on your hips. This is a longer hold, and this is a really strength-based posture. So shaking is normal, falling out of the balance is normal. Don't be too hard on yourself. Just get back into it, try again. Let's stand all the way up to the top. Find your Tadasana. Maybe give that a little shake. From Tadasana, step your left foot back and turn toward the left, so you're facing toward the long left edge of your mat. Open your arms up to five-pointed star. Turn your right foot toward the top of the mat and turn your left foot in slightly. And you want to go pretty long with this stance so that you can bend your front knee into warrior two. You're keeping some weight in that back foot, and that will enable your torso to stack over top of your hips rather than leaning forward or too far back. And when you find that really nice centered position, you can press into both legs and really stabilize the foundation of this pose. From warrior two, lean your right forearm onto your right thigh or take a block under your right hand. Send your left arm overhead on an angle, reaching long through your fingertips. Keep that strong, solid foundation through your legs. At the same time, tone the front of your rib cage inward. That's going to take pressure off your lower back, and you're staying steady through both of your legs. Slowly stand all the way back up, straighten your leg, just give your arms a little breather here. We're gonna keep this set up with the legs, but you can have the front knee straightened for this next one. We'll go into triangle pose or trikonasana. Extend your arms back out, reach forward with your torso, and bring your right hand onto your right leg or onto your block, and send your left arm toward the ceiling. Just like in the last pose, tone in some strength in your core and press through your feet so your legs feel like a really solid foundation. From here, press yourself back up to five-pointed star, relax your arms, pivot your right foot in, and you could give your shoulders and arms a little breather as you set this up on the left side. Turn your left foot toward the back end of your mat, turn your right foot in slightly, and we'll start off with warrior two. So make sure the stance is long enough that you have room to bend your front knee without leaning way forward or shooting the knee past the ankle. And you can still press into that back leg, keeping yourself really centered over your hips. Extend your arms out. Dig into your breath. For warrior two, bring your left forearm to your thigh or place a block underneath your hand. Stretch your right arm overhead on an angle, reaching long through your right side. From here, slowly bring yourself up. You can relax your arms for a sec, straighten your front leg. We're gonna keep this set up with the straight leg for triangle or trikonasana. Have your feet nice and grounded. Lengthen forward as you extend your arms, and bring your left hand to your left shin or block. Reach your right arm up. Keep pressing through both legs. Slowly bring yourself all the way back up. Relax your arms as you turn your left foot in, and you can organize your feet parallel to each other. Soften your knees, hands can go to hips, and fold forward. Your hands can go onto the mat or place a block under your hands. Begin to relax your neck and shoulders as you fold forward. Take your time and ease gently into the stretch. Come up to lengthen, bend your knees a little and bring your hands to hips and use strong legs to slowly come upright. Then step all the way to the top of your mat, finding your way back to Tadasana. In Tadasana, bring your weight over onto your right foot. Bend your left leg and turn the knee open so you can set up for tree pose. Place that left foot up against your ankle, your calf, or even bring it right up against your right thigh. Take a little time to find your balance, get grounded, and start to press that right leg up against your foot, really strong. And then you can bring your palms together or send your arms up like tree branches. As you hold this pose, your body might sway, you might wobble, or even fall out of it. That's okay. Take your time and slowly get back into it. Energize strength from your standing leg all the way up your spine, from your core into your arms and fingertips. Lower your hands and slowly lower down your left foot. Take some time to shift the weight into your left leg. Bend your right knee, open it to the side, and set up your tree pose, either keeping your foot low, or you can slide it up a bit higher, or even bring your foot up to the thigh. Engage strong from your standing leg, and you can have palms together or arms up. And as you're working with the balance, set your gaze out in front of you. Try to look at something that's not moving. That's really going to help with your balance. And you're setting the gaze just with the intention of being able to concentrate on the balance in your physical body, but also bring in that practice of breathing deeply. Bring your hands down and step your foot all the way down. Find your way back to Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up over your head, nice big stretch. Exhale, fold forward. Come up halfway to a flat back, take a nice deep breath. And exhale, fold forward. Place your hands down on the mat and step back to downward facing dog. Now you're a little more warmed up now that you're coming into downward dog for the second time, but if you're still craving some movement, you can add movement to it.
Otherwise, you're lengthening, lifting, and just holding the pose for a few more breaths. Then from downward dog, lower your knees down and come through to seated, swinging your legs around toward the top end of your mat. Bend up your legs and take hold of your hamstrings. Bring some weight back into your sitting bones. And as you start to balance on the sitting bones, lift your feet off of the floor so your shins are parallel to the ground. Contract the front side of your core so that your lower back muscles aren't trying to take over here, and your abdominals are actually really assisting and holding your body in place. You might find that you prefer to keep holding onto the legs. You can also reach your arms forward and just see how that feels, if that challenges the core a bit more or not. Slowly lower your feet down, and you can just hug your knees for a few breaths. Let your muscles relax. Let's try one more round of that. Grab hold of your hamstrings. Lean your weight back onto your sitting bones, contracting your abdominal muscles. Bring your legs up. Keep working right from your abdominals. You're gonna feel your hip flexors and maybe your inner thigh muscles also working. And you can decide whether you get more value from holding on or from reaching out through your arms. Release your feet down and create enough room so that you can lie down onto your back and just stretch out for a few breaths. Bend into both legs, placing your feet on the floor. Set up for bridge pose, keeping your feet about hip distance apart. Press through your feet, squeeze and engage your glutes, and lift your hips up. Press your glutes into the backside of your pelvis, and tone your lower core muscles in. Engage from your legs. Even use your inner thighs a little bit so that your legs stay neutral without rotating outward and without your knees starting to close in closer together. Just find that nice neutral position and hold here. Lower your hips all the way down and relax into a comfortable position. Set your feet back up in the same position. We'll do one more round of bridge. Start with your legs engaging, lift, activating your glutes as the hips drive up. Your arms, your hands can press down into the mat for a little bit more support. And if you want to add some spice to it for this round, you can bring some weight into your right leg. Once you feel comfy with that, hold the hips up, but then bring your left leg up. And it can be bent, or you can reach the leg up straight toward the ceiling, holding with the strength of your right leg, your right glutes and hamstrings. And then bring your left leg down and shift the weight into your left leg, squeezing into the glutes, and try lifting up your right leg. Bring the leg down and lower your hips. Relax into a comfortable position. Bending up your legs, bring both knees into your chest. And as you hug your knees in, you can stay put or roll a little from side to side. Releasing your grip on your knees, twist your knees over to the left-hand side and open your right arm out to the right. Let your muscles relax as you twist. Twist back through center and take your knees over to the right. Extend your left arm to the left. Twist back to center. Slowly bring yourself all the way up to a seated position. Bring the soles of your feet together and slide your heels away from your body so your legs form a diamond shape. Fold forward, placing your hands to your feet or even stretching your arms out in front of you. Relax your neck and shoulders. If you find you're getting any discomfort in your hips, you can tuck a block or a pillow under each of your knees to keep the knees a little more supported. That just keeps it a little more comfortable for the hips.
spine all the way up. Bring your knees up and stretch your legs out straight in front of you. Now in this pose, I like to keep my knees a little bit bent, so you can play around with a knee bend if you like. Reach your arms up and fold forward. You can hang onto your feet, your ankles, or place your hands on a mat. Relax your neck and shoulders. Come up slowly and lie all the way onto your back for Shavasana, your final rest.
and back. Slowly take your arms overhead into a nice big stretch. Bend up your knees and roll yourself over onto one side. And slowly come up to seated.
Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you feel strong and grounded as you step off of your mat. I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.